Green card travel warning. New rules you must know. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. A green card with a passport and airplane icon. On the other, a warning sign with a border checkpoint and question marks. Overlay text. 2025 travel risks for green card holders. What you need to know. Use bold red and yellow accents for urgency, but keep it professional and informative. We're diving into a hot topic: the new rules and risks for green card holders traveling abroad in 2025. If you're a lawful permanent resident planning a trip, this video is a must-watch because traveling could come with some serious pitfalls if you're not prepared. We'll cover the key changes, potential risks, and practical tips to ensure you return smoothly. Understanding the basics of green card travel. As a green card holder, you have the right to travel internationally, but there are rules to maintain your permanent resident status. The core guideline hasn't changed. Temporary trips abroad are fine, but prolonged absences can lead to accusations of abandoning your U.S. residency. According to USCIS, if you're out for more than a year, you risk losing your status unless you take steps like getting a reentry permit. For trips over 6 months, you might face questions at the border about your intent to return. Even shorter trips can raise flags if they seem frequent or without strong U.S. ties. Factors like keeping a U.S. job, filing taxes, or maintaining a home here help prove you're not abandoning your status. What's new in 2025? Key updates and changes. 2025 brings some updates that make travel riskier. First, there's increased scrutiny from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Blogs and immigration experts report that CBP officers are now more likely to review your travel history, ask for proof of U.S. ties like tax returns or lease agreements, and even question reentry permits more closely. This stems from trends like enhanced biometric tracking and collaboration between agencies like the IRS and ICE to check tax compliance. Another big change: if you're renewing your green card, you must use the updated Form I-90 edition dated January 20th, 2025, effective May 29th, 2025. Older forms get rejected outright, which could delay your travel plans. For those adjusting status, medical exams, Form I-693, must be recent signed after November 1st, 2023, and tied to applications filed on or after June 11th, 2025. Plus, starting December 31st, 2025, there's a 1% federal tax on physical money transfers abroad, like cash or money orders. Switch to digital methods to avoid it. And under Executive Order 14161, expect more vetting, including possible device searches and social media checks at the border. If you have any criminal history, even minor or dismissed charges, travel could lead to detention or removal proceedings. There's also a new travel ban affecting 19 countries, but green card holders are exempt. Still, enforcement inconsistencies are causing worries about family trips or emergencies. Some sources mention mandatory USCIS registration for non-citizens staying over 30 days, including biometrics check if it applies to you. Risks of traveling. Why at your own risk? If CBP suspects abandonment, you could be denied reentry, face secondary inspections, or even removal proceedings. For example, absences over 180 days trigger a presumption of abandonment, and without proof like utility bills or employment letters, you might be in trouble. Red flags include no U.S. bank accounts, expired driver's licenses, or inconsistent explanations for trips. If you're in removal proceedings or have past issues, traveling is especially hazardous. You might be treated as an arriving alien and denied entry. Long trips also disrupt your path to citizenship by breaking continuous residency requirements. Tips to travel safely and prepare for reentry. To minimize risks, apply for a reentry permit, Form I-131, before leaving. If your trip exceeds a year, it preserves your status for up to 2 years. Always carry your valid green card, passport, and proof of U.S. ties. Renew your card early if it's expiring soon. Reconsider travel if you have red flags, and inform family of your itinerary. At the border, stay calm, answer questions clearly, and don't sign anything without a lawyer. If detained, request a hearing. Domestic travel might be a safer alternative for now. New rules mean green card holders must travel smarter to avoid risks like status abandonment or border denials. In this video, we cover updated forms, increased CBP scrutiny, the 1% remittance tax, and essential tips for safe reentry. Whether you're visiting family or on business, learn how to prove your U.S. ties and when to get a reentry permit. Green card applications suffer major blow. A new analysis by the Cato Institute reveals that employer-sponsored green card applications in the United States are now facing unprecedented delays, creating serious concerns for both employers and immigrant workers. The Washington, D.C. based libertarian think tank released its findings on Monday, showing that average processing times for these applications had surged to 1,256 days, equivalent to about 3.4 years by the end of the second quarter of 2025. This marks a dramatic jump from 2016, when the average wait was just 705 days, or 1.9 years. Record wait times and their economic ripple effects. Cato's research confirms that current processing durations have reached their highest levels in history. The prolonged timeline has far-reaching implications, particularly for the U.S. labor market's ability to attract and retain highly skilled professionals from abroad. These extended waits frustrate employers who need critical positions filled quickly and hinder immigrant workers who depend on timely approvals to secure permanent residency. The problem also intensifies the existing backlog within the immigration system, one that is already under significant strain due to evolving policies under President Donald Trump's administration. Even premium processing can mean years of waiting. One of the more striking details from the report is that paying for premium processing, a $2,805 fee intended to expedite certain applications, still leaves applicants waiting nearly 2 years on average. This is in addition to the months spent on preliminary preparation before an application can even be filed, as well as the time spent waiting for an available green card slot under strict country and category limits. A 6-step journey that keeps growing longer. The Cato Institute broke down the employer-sponsored green card pathway into 6 distinct stages, all of which have slowed considerably since 2016. Document preparation. Gathering proof of eligibility for both the worker and employer. Prevailing wage review. The Department of Labor determines a fair wage for the role. Domestic recruitment efforts. Employers must demonstrate attempts to hire U.S. workers. Labor certification filing. Submission of proof that no qualified Americans applied. Employer petition review. Homeland Security examines the employer's payment capability and the worker's qualifications. Adjustment of status. The green card application itself, requiring background checks, medical clearances, and confirmation of employment. Given the length and complexity of this process, most foreign workers first come to the U.S. on temporary work visas, such as the H-1B, before their employer can begin the green card process, stretching the overall wait even further. A worsening backlog across the immigration system. Separate findings from Boundless Immigration, drawing on U.S. citizenship and immigration services data, show that case completions have fallen sharply in 2025. From January 1st to March 31st, the second quarter of the federal fiscal year, completions dropped 18% year-over-year to just 2.7 million. During the same period, the USCIS backlog swelled to 11.3 million pending cases, the largest in over 10 years. Calls for streamlined reform. The Cato Institute warned, America will lose the global talent competition when other countries grant green cards in a matter of weeks or months, not years. The organization urged the federal government to overhaul the system, cutting unnecessary steps and accelerating decisions to ensure that the U.S. remains competitive in the global race for skilled labor. Traveling as a green card holder in 2025 requires extra caution, but with preparation, you can protect your status. If this helped, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more immigration updates. Share your experiences in the comments. Have you faced tougher checks lately? Stay safe out there, and see you next time.